All right, here's the build of the month for me. It's called the Triple Threat. It's the Zoom, Boom, and Doom. I'll run it through run through what the build is, a few options with the build. I'll show you my strategy, or tell you my strategy behind the build, what my goals are with the build, and I'll also show you a few first maneuvers as I'm showing you the strategy. And hopefully you can get some ideas. You know, play with it. It's a fun build. It's competitive. You know, if you're with your friends, I don't go to regionals or anything, so I have no idea. I doubt it, just because you don't see anyone else running it. But if you take it, you know, basically the goal is, hey, if you're a newer player, here's a great build that you can do. Have fun with it, and probably beat some of your friends. So here's the gist. Here's the Zoom. Like I said, the Triple Threat Zoom, Boom, and Doom. The Zoom is an Interceptor. It's the basic build Interceptor that you see a lot of. I chose Carnor Jax mostly to lock down action economy with super dash builds and things like that. But enemy ships at range 1 cannot perform focus or evade actions and cannot spend focus or evade tokens. You can go up or down with this, up to Sunter, or down to whoever is below him. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I apologize. Push the limit on him. Basically, you get 2 actions and you get a stress. What's fun with that is, just in case you don't know, is doing a boost and a barrel roll. You can get outside of the majority of fire arcs with a boost and a barrel roll. You can drop people that are tailing you with a boost and a barrel roll. Normally, all it takes is just a boost or a barrel roll. And then you can take an evade, be on the safe side. If you're still in fire arcs, if you're not in fire arcs, take the focus and put some heat on those guns. I put Autothrusters on it. This is a fun card. If you're in range 3 or outside of a firing arc, you get a free evade. Awesome. Stealth device makes them even harder to hit. Increase your agility value by 1. But if you're hit, you have to discard it. And of course, Royal Guard tie. So that's a super fun build. Also, let's see, the Boom is the Bounty Hunter, just a generic Bounty Hunter pilot, cheapest I can get, through Recon Specialist on him. It says when you perform a focus action, assign 1 additional focus token to your ship. I feel like this crew member was made for the fire spray. Makes them last longer, hit harder. It's pretty cool. It's fun to do. I chose shield upgrade. I'll tell you why in just a second. You can always pick engine upgrade. That'd be fun. Or you can save some points, upgrade your Interceptor, however you want to go about it. And I also chose a Seismic Charge. I put a bomb on the fire spray just because I play some folks that like they like swarm type builds, Z95s especially. So that kind of keeps them honest. And everyone always chases fire sprays, so it's awesome to shoot the fire arc, drop a bomb, zoom out of there and shoot them again. Lots of damage can be done with that. And then I have just the basic, cheapest shuttle possible, the OGP, coming in at 21 points. And of course Darth Vader, which makes it the Doom Shuttle. After you perform an attack against an enemy ship, you may suffer 2 damage to cause that ship to suffer 1 critical damage. So that's the build, the Triple Threat, the Zoom, Doom, and Boom. Now, here's what I like to do. You're probably going to set your ship down first, throw the shuttle down there, and of course you want to do about a range 1 from the side of the map is what I do. I like to point them that general direction, like say they're, your enemy's setting up over there. I like to point them towards the opposite side of the map, give you a couple options. Now I've been in a scenario where a guy will come and instead of, I won't be able to place the first asteroid, and he just throws one down there somewhere about there. And what I do, my first starting maneuvers is to come and swoop up this way, so that locks that down. So I'll set it up pointing this direction, come up the side of the map. It doesn't work as well, so I would even suggest maybe coming up with a starting maneuver that goes a little farther out, but you really don't want these guys to be pointing that direction for more than 3 turns. It's just not going to work. They're going to get behind you. So anyways, try your hardest to put the first asteroid down here. This is about the longest one. Now, I take 3 small asteroids with this, but if someone throws this out here, I just wanted to show you, I like to worst case scenario when I do my setups. So this is probably worst case scenario. And then from there, I'll measure range 2 from that, and stick the other asteroid out there. That gives you plenty of room, just in case someone does, you know, place first and kind of gets it out in not the ideal location. It'll give you a little bit more flexibility. So here's my first move. Okay, this freaks people out. Anything, and here's why I do it. Anything to draw attention to your Lambda shuttle is great. You want it to be the biggest prime target that you possibly can. You want people to just say, man, I really want to take out that Lambda shuttle. Look, I would even take a Darth Vader action figure and place it next to my damage deck. I will put the wings up and down like it's flying. Whatever it takes, I draw attention to it because I want the other two ignored, and I want them to focus on getting those 10 hit points down. Because that's the purpose of the Doom Shuttle, is to die. So why not, you know, let the other two heavy hitters do their job? So here's basically the idea. Or I like them to chase my Interceptor. That makes me a little more nervous, but if you can keep them at range 3 outside of arcs and stuff, and if they can just waste some hits on your Interceptor, that's fun as well. So here's my first move. Lambda Shuttle's lowest pilot, so he goes first. What's he going to do? Of course, he bumps. Okay, this freaks your enemy out. They're like, okay, he's not a good pilot, or if they know you, maybe they're thinking, okay, that was a mistake. He's not ready for this. They drop their guard a little bit. It points to the Lambda Shuttle again, a big, dumb, clunky ship. Whatever they think, okay? It's a fun opening move. You've done it on purpose, though. So here's your next move. The fire spray goes. I like to do a soft bank on the fire spray. It puts them about there. Now here's another option. Your Interceptor, either you can zoom up the side depending on where you want to end. Someone said that if you go 5 boost and then do a 5 and a boost, you end up right outside of an asteroid if it was there. What I normally like to do, if I don't want to go on this side of the map and I want to shoot for that side of the map, throw a 3 bank in there, and he just zips under that wing and pops right there. And then I like to do a little boost, just to kind of freak people out a little bit and think, oh man, he's gonna bump again. What's he doing? He's crazy. So there's my turn. There's my turn 1. It looks unorganized, a little messy, but it's just part of the fun. Here's my turn 2. I go 1 forward with the shuttle, and he does not bump. If you did it correctly, he will just squeeze right in there, and again, your enemy's nervous, big dumb shuttle. Then the fire spray, I just wrap him around this asteroid right here, like so, just perfectly as can be, and he would not hit that. I bumped it earlier, but there'd be more room. It's about like that, I believe. Yeah, so he slides right in there. Sorry about that. So he slides right in there, and then you have the shuttle. Go ahead then you have the Interceptor. I normally will shoot him off 5, in a boost, or 4 in a boost. Get him on up there, kind of out of the way of everything. At that point, they've probably decided which direction they're going to go. If they're going to go for them, they're going to come at you somehow, which is the idea. If they set up over here, you want them to come to the middle. If they set up over here, you're going to want to wrap your ships around quickly and get the Interceptor out of there. So that's normally my starting move for the Interceptor. All right, next turn, you want to go ahead and move the Lambda Shuttle in now. Go ahead and start getting his arcs in. You could maybe hard bank at that point if you want to wrap them around a little quicker. I'm kind of slow. This is a very slow starting build. Just because I want to bring the fight to me. I want to control the fight. At this point, my fire spray, normally I just go 1 forward. Go ahead, and at this time you're probably going to engage with him. You'll take some shots, you'll give some shots. In this case scenario, you'll trade some fire. That's great. And then I'll go ahead and, the fire spray, he'll end up about there. And truthfully, if I ended up like that, that'd be awesome, because I'm chasing that E-wing down. But sometimes you're going to have to loop around and stuff, and you guys, I'm not going to tell you how to play the whole game. So go ahead and bring your Lambda. The next turn, go ahead and bring your Lambda up and in again. He'll end up sometime, probably a little closer. I mean, I'm just, you get the gist. So at this point, you're probably engaging. Dash is probably getting a little closer. Maybe he's trying to get you to chase him. However they're playing it. You're going to want to bring the fight to me. I want to control the fight. So now you have some options. They're going after the fire spray probably at this point, or they're targeting the Interceptor, whatever it is. If they're targeting the Interceptor, just streak him as quickly as you can without getting fire arcs or danger. Bring the fight in front of the Lambda shuttle. That's the strategy. Bring the fight in front of the Lambda shuttle. The fire spray at this point breaks off from the Lambda shuttle, either a hard bank that way, hard bank that way, whichever direction's not going to put you, like of course this would be ridiculous. So go ahead and hard bank towards this direction. Throw your fire arcs out there. Look, many a times at this time, and then I'll hover the Lambda shuttle next turn, move one forward, however the board is. So let's say I move forward. I hit my Lambda shuttle all the time with my seismic charge, because at this point either they're committing to the fire spray or they're committing to the shuttle. More times than not, they commit to the shuttle. It's hilarious, and they're like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I have no idea. I went into it not wanting to take out the shuttle, but here I am firing at the shuttle, because he becomes the easiest target. Because these guys they're looping around, dropping bombs. If they're chasing you, you're fighting them. So that's essentially my thought behind this. The first few moves, I've won a lot of games with it. Lost only a couple times. I lost to a Fat Han with 3 Talas. I lost to a Z95 squad, Swarm, kind of in the pre-stages. I made some adjustments since then. But I've won more than I've lost. It's a fun build. I encourage you to try it out. And let me know what you think in the comments.